Hey guys, this is Bando Guy 4 bringing you another episode of Let's Play Super Mario 64. In the last part, I did Tall Mountain, and in this part, I have a special guest.
Hey, I'm Billy the Fourth here with Bando Guy 4 and his Let's Play of Super Mario 64.
And as I said at the end of the last part, there are two ways to enter this level. There's a large portrait over there, and a small one over here. Which one you go into determines your size, and I'm going to start going into the one to make Mario big. But first I have some explaining to do. I just went through and recorded this entire course with Billy, and at the end of it, when I had all the stars, I realized that I had forgotten to click Start Capture. So, I have gotten and I've seen every star in this stage, but I'm going to go through them again for your benefit, and hopefully it won't take too long.
It kind of just makes me laugh. It's sort of like just leaving the lens cap on like a gigantic wedding photo. And just all of that just gone.
Yeah, so I've been talking about horrible firsts that I've encountered while recording this game, and through 5 LPs, that's the first time that's happened to me, so... oh well.
It all happens. Anyway, after these 5 piranha plants go down, bam, you get a star. The reason you need to start on the tiny side is because those islands that you have to go to, you have to long jump to, and when you go into the huge side of the island, when you're really tiny, there's no way you're going to get across to that. So you have to jump in the pipe. Now we're heading to the next level over here, which is...
that's going to be, the tip-top of the huge island. So you need to start with a small party. And as you can see, that's way too far to get over there, which is why you had to start big for the last one. But for the remaining 5 stars, I'm going to start small each time. And Lukitu's going to try and drop Spinies on you, but you have to swim around him so that you don't get stopped. The good news is you're in water, so even if he touches you, you'll get your health back right away.
Nintendo logic.
Indeed.
Well, you can sort of understand it because they made kind of the flaw that they fixed in Mario Sunshine about having a life meter and an air meter the same. So it's like when you resurface, it's like gaining air back, but unfortunately it's the same as your health.
Yes, and they changed that for future games, but I imagine it had something to do with the limitations of the system they were working with for this game. You just couldn't separate them.
Well, I don't know, because in Ocarina of Time, I mean, you have all your hearts, but if you can't resurface when you, like, dive into the well, like if you take your iron boots off, you drown. It's like they have a set limitation of how long you can hold your breath underwater. I don't know why they couldn't differentiate it with Mario 64.
That is a good point. Though, Ocarina of Time was a good 2 years after this game released.
Alright, this is a launch title. They probably just pushed out, like, look what Mario can do in 3D.
So we talked about several things that, I mean, I suppose we could steer the conversation back in that direction.
Oh, and have a wonderful bonding moment over the internet. There's games to be played, partner.
So somehow we got onto the topic of Mario Sunshine, and as it so happens, we got back on that topic. We were talking about, I was saying that I like Mario Sunshine actually more than Mario 64. And
I'm surprised you don't actually, like, censor that little line, because the internet's not ready to hear that.
I've said it before, and I'm not the only one who thinks that way. But there are so many people who just can't, who would consider it sacrilege to say that Sunshine, especially, is better than this game.
What I like the most, though, is that, like, Sunshine's really getting its cult following again. Like, people are starting to stop hating it. And realize that it's not a bad game.
I don't know why I did that. I need to be small.
Because you felt like throwing precaution to the wind and diving off the pipe again.
Yeah, when I was trying to get over here before, I fell off 3 times before I finally managed to make it past that point. Yeah, I actually didn't play Sunshine all the way through until like, a couple years ago. I had rented it a couple times initially, but it wasn't until I played all the way through it, decided to give it that chance, that I found out how much I enjoyed it. It's the same thing with Majora's Mask. I never gave it a full chance because I was comparing it to Ocarina of Time, and at the time there was no better game. Ocarina of Time was the most beautiful thing that anyone had ever seen, and I just gave up on Majora's Mask quickly. It wasn't until I sat down one spring break and played all the way through it that I found out that it's my favorite game, Zelda or otherwise. Which, again...
And so there goes our Koopa the Quick level in 21 seconds flat. I like how the destination is a lot shorter, but I went around a long way as a kid, so it would take me like 35, maybe 40 seconds, and he's already there. I was like, how do I do this? Oh, it's an A to B race.
Yeah, if you happen to notice the flag next to the pipe as you're going towards him, it helps out. But if you don't know where the flag is immediately, there's a lot of problems.
Well, this is one of my first games. I hadn't played a lot of side-scrollers, so I ran to the left, and as traditional platformers should know by now, you never go to the left for anything. You always run to the right.
Yeah, I said this when I was LPing it, but the first game I ever beat was the original Legend of Zelda, which was like when I was 4 or so. So, this was not where I started playing games. I played NES games first.
I had never even touched the original Legend of Zelda until I was like 9 years old. It's crazy. I'm like, this is a really good game. I like it even more so because all the plot and everything is literally in the instruction manual. But it's still such a great game, and it just throws you into it.
I'm gonna take a moment to mention what I'm doing here. I said that there was one more 5 secrets area, and this is it. There's the first one at the top of the mountain, the second one where the boulders fall out, just got the third one there. The fourth is where you go through the hole, and the fifth one is the cannon that I've passed by several times, but not gone into yet.
Oh, this has to be as Big Mario, or else you're just gonna kind of use whatever that's there when you're Little Mario.
And when I went through it the first time, I had to name bob-omb because you need the cannon next. You needed the cannon for the next star. But since I already did all this, I don't need to talk to him again. But he's just right there next to the cannon. He only appears when you're big. You only use the cannon when you're small. So be wary of that, and hit the switch, some blocks will appear, and I almost fell in exactly the same spot as last time.
Wouldn't it be crazy though if you were like Little Mario and it's just this gigantic pink bob-omb just right there?
And a little bit frightening. So, this is one I was most worried about, because I got all 100 coins, and part of me just wants to get the red coins, but then there's a part of me that wants to show getting all 100 coins. Fortunately, all big Goombas, if you ground pound them instead of kill them in any other way, they'll give you a blue coin. So, you really... I mean, I've been in this stage for, what, 10 seconds or so, and I already have 20 coins. So, as far as getting coins goes, this level is not that bad.
There's the blue coin for the Koopa, and you get 5 yellow for killing Q2.
Drawn back over here, but... there you go. And I have to be careful, because a couple of these coins are in the water. You know what? I got well more than 100 coins last time. I'm not going to risk my life getting the other coins he dropped.
I think you ought to tell him what's to be so afraid of.
Yes, there is a giant fish. He's over there. His name is Bubba. And if he catches you while you're in the water, you will die. It's just that simple. He will eat you. There's nothing you can do. And there's another 5 coins for Koopa, and I have getting across the gap on the shell, so I'm just going to knock myself off of it. Right there. I'm trying to remember if this is different. Okay, it is a different fly guy than the other one.
I don't think their flight mapping's that far.
Yeah, so I imagine if I actually get the blue coin switch this time, I probably need no more than 60 coins or so when I go in there. Does that sound about right?
Maybe less, because you're about to get 54 right now. So that's only 45 coins you need. 46. And there's more big Goombas in the way. I mean, you'll probably just get the 8 coins and have 1 coin star done.
You know, I'll keep going this way until I get to where I can get back down to the cave easily. Or I'll die.
Oh.
So, say that, I've shown you where enough of the coins in the world is, and I already have the 100 coin star from forgetting to start the capture. So we'll pretend like I have those, and just where the red coins are.
Pretend there is the star here.
Right. I was looking to have around 70 coins when I went in, and 16 from the 8 red coins. And then a blue coin switch in there. More coins on the way. It's not a stretch to imagine I would have gotten 100 coins fairly easily. So this cannon, you've got to shoot above that tree over there a little bit. And I happened to kill that fly guy with the cannon shot, and then ended up killing that Goomba when I landed on him. So, I didn't get to where I was going, but I killed 2 enemies with my cannon shot.
Monster.
A little bit higher that time, and I overshot the tree, but I'll still...
No, you won't.
I will not land where I'm intending to. So I guess as compensation for not falling off the edge while trying to cross any narrow passages, now I'm paying the price for not having those mistakes by missing that tree several times.
What I want to know is how much force are you being shot out of that cannon with? Because if I get shot out of a cannon into a tree, I'm either breaking the tree or breaking my skull. And Mario just swings around it like a little monkey.
Yeah, if you hold out your hands to stop yourself or grab onto something, when you get shot out of the cannon, the bones in your arms are going to shatter. So,
we're just gonna pretend by like the 6th or 7th coin you got 100 coins.
Yeah, last time I got the coin up there, and that gave me 100 coins. But I guess since this time, I didn't actually show where the blue coins appear last time. There's just a couple of them, but that's still 10 coins. And they lead towards the 8th red coin right there.
Look at that foreshadowing right above you.
Yep, that shows where we're going for the final star of the stage. But just come over here, and grab your star. A lot easier to go down than it was to go up. And I keep talking... Hi, you had asked me about my opinion on which Zelda game to acquire. We haven't talked about that again.
Oh, no we haven't, about whether I should have gotten Wind Waker or Twilight Princess for my GameCube.
And I mentioned that Wind Waker is my second Zelda game. And while Twilight Princess is a great game, between the two of them, I pick Wind Waker.
Okay guys, if you're familiar with Murphy's Law, it states that anything that can go wrong will. And in addition to me forgetting to start the capture the first time Billy and I tried to record this episode, it turns out that my call recorder only got the first 15 minutes or so of the call. So everything from this point forward will be post commentary by me myself. I talked to him about it and he said to go ahead and do that. So all we really talked about beyond that was more about the Legend of Zelda series. I mentioned Wind Waker HD, which is being released in fall for the Wii U. And right around here we were talking about what we think they'll change about it, how they might integrate the Tingle Tuner with the gamepad, probably. And it seems like it's going to be really good. But what I'm doing in this star is you need to make your way to the top of the island, and where the first secret was, you need to ground pound, and that will make the water drain. And then you need to head back down to whichever pipe. This one is the closest one. And you need to make yourself small again. And you need to make your way all the way to the top of the island. And I was expecting the Mario Chucker to be waiting for me again, but I just ran around him as I did previously, because he's honestly a heck of a lot more trouble than he's worth. And just getting all the way to the very top, you drop into the hole that's been created, and you encounter Wiggler, and he's the boss of this stage, and he's honestly one of the easiest fights of all time. All you have to do is jump on his head 3 times. It's really that simple, and he doesn't move very quickly at all. So there's a second jump, and I bounce on him a few times. And the third time, he'll jump up in the air, but if you move out of the way, you can avoid him easily enough. And then I run around a little bit before I jump on his head for the third and final time. And this is kind of interesting. He shrinks down, and actually, if you watch closely, he will fall through the grating to the area below. And you can actually, when I go over to grab this star again, after picking up a few more coins for whatever reason, you can actually see him down there near the entrance to the area, walking around. But that's the final star of Tiny Huge Island, and it was actually the first time we went through it was the second fastest time I had ever done Tiny Huge Island. When we were finally actually capturing the video was the fastest time I've ever done it. So I was very happy with that, and honestly having a co-commentator made it less painful than I usually find it. So we were talking about ending the episode there, but he suggested that I show off where the next course of the game is, and I agreed that was probably a good idea. So the final courses of the game are up this staircase, and that star door I think needs maybe 70 stars or so to open. I'll put an annotation saying how many it is for sure. And I did actually end up getting 1 new star in the final recording. This toad gives you one of the third from final secret star in the game. So that's 13 castle secret stars and a total of 104. And the 14th course is this clock, and there's a gimmick to when you enter it based on the time that it's showing. But I will be leaving that for the next episode. So in the meantime, check out Billy the Fourth. I will put a link to his channel in the description. And this has been Bando Guy 4, and I will see you guys next time.